Good evening, guys. It is I, Paltrax Nerd. Yeah, GameCube, as I am right in front of me. The old tried and true console that didn't quite get it, didn't quite get there. Obviously, as I've been a fan for sure for this for yeah for not since day one, but let's say day one ish. And sadly, this is not my actual original unit. This is more of a later rebuy to I don't know. It was just like I'll get there when I get there. But yeah, like the arguably the last console, or in a sense, last sort of main system before they sort of the how to put this, the last sort of like game console as a game console versus a entertainment device. As I mean, both its competitor, right? That being the OG Xbox and the PS2 could play DVDs and CDs and whatnot. So, and obviously by the next gen after that, like the battle was properly over. But Nintendo tried, and arguably that I would say that the GameCube was the last system that Nintendo did where they actually did try to compete. And yeah, comparatively, it is on par. Just in terms of specs, it is on par. Just not you know stuff like the storage format and whatnot does hold it back, unfortunately. So yeah, I did this is the black version. Now this is for later as well. This is the black version, and this is a sort of like I said, a rebuy. So this isn't my actual system. This is my original system. My system was the silver one that I bought at a Toys R Us in the UK in the before times, in the long ago. Yeah, it was fucking forever ago. Also, this memory card was not mine as well. I had sort of my old one was sort of a third party Mad Cats maybe. There's an awkward shape, but I had more storage on it than some of the first party ones, at least at the sort of comparable price. Because the first party memory cards were fucking expensive. Like, bro, like we take for granted that what our systems now has internal storage. But yeah, like they charge you extra just to save games. Much like the PS2 did. It was wild. It was a wild time, guys. It was a wild time. But yeah, so yeah, this is the black version. And of course, it also has, as you probably already noticed, it has the Game Boy player underneath. I used it a few times, and at this point, I just like having it. And yeah, like I mean, this thing is like this was also another thing why I also if I can actually there you go. One of the reasons why I wanted to change it out was the extra ports. And even though this is a PAL unit, and I think there might have been some sort of stuff there about like yeah, but yeah, again, let's say a story for later in the video. But yeah, like open up. I mean, this is a well built system. Like you can say a lot of different negative things about the GameCube as a system, as what it just couldn't do. But the thing is, built like a tank, and yeah. Now inside you will find the bane of its existence, the fucking sword, the damn format. This tiny, teeny tiny, very specific format. I mean, it is Metaboss Infinity. Yeah, great game. I mean, not great, but yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so the storage was a major flaw for sure, because they were that. I mean, because like actual specs, like this thing could compete with the PS2. Sometimes you could even beat it, but like less space, so it some games did suffer from it. I remember a very apparent one being Def Jam Fight for New York. When you create your character and whatnot, like the GameCube version won't don't give you like voice options for your guy, versus the PS2 and Xbox version does. That's weird, but it matters. Even though I beat Def Jam Fight for New York on GameCube originally, so I had no idea until like much later. So that's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. This is kind of yellow, as you can probably see. And oops. Yeah. As for controllers, you probably already see this is the wireless. This is the Wavebird. Also, not the original one. I think I have the silver one in storage, because like if I'm gonna play it, why not, right? Yeah, like wireless technology in the before times. And yeah, like this is a very much talked about controller. And yeah, like batteries, it's got like batteries in it, you know. And I mean, like people point and laugh at it, at least compared to, because it kind of looks kind of funky. But like, I mean, this is actually pretty comfortable, even for like grown-up hands. I mean, my hands aren't like massive by any means, but like this is like perfectly fine. Very yellow controller, also very used. So yeah, that also here's the receiver, right? Pretty good for that. Now, also very simple, very not very plug and play-ish. Now back to this thing here in the back there, like I bought this thing, like there you go, right? And like I said, I'm not entirely sure on the anymore on the specifics anymore, because I'm not entirely sure. Because for me, I just used it as a sort of ease of use, because like now you can just use a regular HDMI cable, which I have a million of. They're easy to get, and yeah, I can just sort of hot swap up between them, easy enough, right? So yeah, I'm not actually sure if the European ones actually has the things, but I have both. So I don't remember if you actually had to mod it to get it on your European ones. There was some sort of thing there. I don't remember. It's too long. It's been too long ago. Got the handle, which is, I mean, you know, lunchbox, blah blah blah. But this is like, it's not that heavy. It really isn't. Is this actual scratches or just mixing the paint or something? I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure it out. So, what's next? Some games, right? Some games, right? Y'all like games, I like games. Let's talk about some fucking games. So over to the side here, and just do it over here. Now, I got a stack here of some varied, and looking at it, you might sort of start to see like, oh yeah, that's the problem. Just sort of for the overall life of the system. But yeah, the first one, I guess I'm not gonna go by like any specific tier numbers of my favorites or my least favorites. Just here are some games, and by no means none of them are probably gonna be super niche or super like, oh, what even is that? Like, I'm like, on this the hidden gems. No, this is just games, right? So yeah, first one being a Zelda game, because of course it is. There's gotta be at least one in there, of course, in everyone's collection. Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Now, side story, Nintendo got me twice because I bought the Wii U version, and God help me if they make a Switch version, I will buy that too, because this is probably one of my favorite Zelda games. Underrated for sure. because yeah, like I mean, comparatively with the Wind Waker game, so that has sort of gotten sort of a redemption arc, if you will, because sort of it came out and people expected sort of a proper improvement, at least looks-wise, to from Ocarina of Time or something like that, and they got Wind Waker, which looks radically different, and it's no longer cool to show shit on the graphics. I still will, because just because, I mean, aesthetically, like, I still prefer this one. You know, like, you get like when you see Link in his full gear and you see sort of the chain mail and the thick sort of leather gauntlets, and like he looks like a badass in this one. I don't like the fucking Pixar stuff in the Wind Waker personally. I'm not saying it's a bad game or nothing like that. I'm just saying personal choices being personal opinions and all that. Take it what you will. Yeah, only on GameCube or 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 Wii or Wii U. But yeah, labels are labels. Yeah, this is the inside of a European case, by the way. So if you haven't seen that one, yeah, memory card slot is downstairs, and the spine thing is on the top instead of the bottom. Yeah, that's that. Yep. Next one I'll just skip over mostly because I mean it's just a software for the yeah, the import region get past thing. So it's just, yeah, it's not gonna, it's just, you know, I'm not sure if this is technically legal anymore, but it's weird. If you know, you know. Next is Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah. This, I actually never bought this. I never owned this originally. So this is definitely a late buy. And I think I played this though, like, for sure, at sort of the demo kiosk at different stores and whatnot. Stores that don't exist anymore. Sad. But yeah, like, colored manuals. You love to see it. But yeah, like, yeah, because the box is in complete shambles. But eBay being what it does work though. So that's kind of the point. Yes, it is. Yeah. Was this the only? Not sure. But yeah. Of course, these days you can actually play this on your Switch as to in the compilation thing, which, I mean, it's fucking emulators. I'm just not gonna. Yeah, yuck. So yeah, it's old, but it's still the thing that I prefer. Sue me. The next one, yes, of course, it came. It was coming. A Pokemon's, a Colosseum, if you will. I played the shit out of this at those demo kiosks. Definitely, as a kid, I was a huge Pokemon fan, and I still sort of pay attention, but like, I accept that this franchise has just passed me by. In some sense, it just has. Yeah. The first Pokemon 3D Pokemon Adventure, probably ever, right? But they did try a lot of different things. Yeah, see, colored manual. You know, you start with 2 Pokemon instead of 1. You have to actually there are no wild ones in there. You have to sort of rescue Pokemon from other trainers, then purify them. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. You can catch all of them. Then you can sort of transfer your ones from Ruby and Sapphire to this. Sounds pretty fun. And I do hear this is actually pretty expensive now. I think there used to be a sticker here somewhere. But I didn't pay a lot from this game. This is because I bought this like very close to release, so that's yeah. And I remember this was kind of, this is just for comparison. If you can sort of the storage system, the whole block thing, like 7 blocks, 48 blocks. This took up space, man. Yeah, right. So that's that. Next one, that is a Wario World. Is this been like on my shelf like a million years, so it might be a bit dusty. You can probably even see it on screen. Yeah, this sort of the like you gotta love the full colored manual. Goddamn. Sad. Still sad. Yeah, 10 blocks. It's just a pretty adventure, typical. Which, I mean, have you gotten this one? Because now all we get is the WarioWare stuff, which is just something else. But yeah, like, I'm glad I own it. Another first party game? Yeah. And they do look nice on the shelf, so that's just all sort of individual spine art, so that's pretty cool. Next one might be a bit more of a word line. Wildcard. I mean, I did technically show you the disc, but yeah, Metabots Infinity. Metabots is a franchise that I quite like. You might remember the cartoon. I think most of you do. This is black and white. Yeah, this is, you know, Natsume, you cheap bastards. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Metabots, yeah. Played it on GameCube, and there's a proper adventure like RPG on GBA. Of course, Japan gets like all the good shit though. That remaster for Switch, oh, those lucky bastards. Unfair. Oh well. Yeah, but it's like it's sort of almost an arena game. Not arena, but sort of like. But there's sort of stages. You have to take Metabeak through this like places, and you gotta shoot stuff and fight sort of enemies. And yeah. Check it out if you want to, cause yeah. Luigi's Mansion. This, like, I mean, credit to Nintendo. This whole generation, we're just like, let's try stuff. They're like giving Luigi his own game. Oh yeah. And I played this to death. A lot of fun. You're like, was this Luigi's first sort of solo experience? With the poltergust and the Game Boy horror. A lot of fun. Of course, these two, I'm pretty sure that the 3DS port is just better. But man, if they put this on Switch, who would I pay it again? They might get you. They might actually get me a third time. Oof. Yeah, wait a yeah, Black Spine. Turbo Games. Nintendo. But yeah, one player, 3 blocks. Because this can become a series now, which is wild. Because like the first game came out on a system that was not very popular, and then like out of nowhere we got a sequel on DS and 3DS, and then the third one on Switch, and I was like, cool. Cool beans, yo. This was, yeah. Anywho, this is still, I don't know. That's weird. Of course, again, the obligatory Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, that jingle is gonna be burned into my memory for like until the day I die. I swear. Yeah, of course, this series has been. It came from a while ago and it's still going. So good for them. This is an excellent fighter. Like, you know, to this day, like this is just an excellent fighter. Oh, proper full colored manual. God, this just makes me cry. Just like, man, we don't get this anymore. If you get anything, it's gonna be like a pamphlet. Ugh, sad. But yeah, the tiny discs, as of course, it's teeny tiny discs. They're not like, yeah, of course, like people have been pointing out like tiny disc but huge case. What's up with that? This can probably fit in a Switch case or something similar, but they didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's sort of like a format thing. You know. I don't know. It's weird. Multi-man melee. Yeah, brain. Yeah, hunting down all the trophies and unlocking all the stages and all the weird characters. Adventure mode, classic. Yeah. Solid game. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know, like if Brawl came out. I did try Brawl, you know, the one on Wii, but like it's not the same. I don't know. But the people still play melee at tournaments, so I mean, hey, that's so staying power. Yeah. Oh well. That's melee. This is another software game, so yeah, just ignore. It's for the Game Boy player. So yeah, ignore. Just software. And then the weird shit. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Again, like the GameCube, I think it became the console for weird stuff, weird sort of more experimental projects, because third party abandoned it over time, because maybe they just saw the writing on the wall, being the PS2 and Xbox. So hey, I don't know, especially the PS2, I suppose it just dominated because everyone had a PS2, like literally everyone. Even if you weren't playing games on it, you probably had one. But yeah, like this is the European version, especially. This is a rebuy because I used to have the Platinum Hits version or whatever, but I kind of want to rebuy it because I wanted the black label. Because I'm just weird like that. Does this have it? I don't think. No, black and white. Poop. Sega, you cheap bastards. Sega, you cheap bastards. Yeah, this game was wild, son. Weird and so all hell. I mean, it does show up in like some of the racing games. So that's kind of like Sega, like making sure that they haven't forgotten about that stuff. Even though these days it's like, what, we own other stuff than Sonic? What? But yeah, that's basically gonna be it. I wasn't gonna show you all my old games or like every game in the book, because I'm sure there are lists at this point, like, and better videos. Let's be real, better videos. Yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Like the GameCube, man. So I remember, yeah. Unfortunately, because at some point in time I was because I had like a bunch of those like Platinum Hits version of the games that I wanted, that I was at some point I was in the process of replacing with the black label one, but obviously now it's like it's getting harder and harder to do because those prices have gone straight to shit. So yeah, like, I used to have Double Dash. It should be somewhere. I think I sold it because I wanted to replace it, but then I couldn't because the price was ridiculous. Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah. Nintendo GameCube. Did you own it? I think like even with things like the Dreamcast, it's like we still didn't do a lot either. But like Sins has gotten more of a fan following for people that even make games for it, which is pretty wild. But yeah, the GameCube. The GameCube. The little engine that just quite couldn't. Just as a side note, because like just over here, like if you wanted to buy games for that generation, there were. I mean, we didn't have a, did we? I mean, toy stores did have games certainly at some point, but not really forever. I don't think. And like even because I mean, retail space, being what they are, they don't have an infinite amount of space. So like you'd probably recognized yourself when their showcase was starting to get slimmer and slimmer. Because that the shelf would get like Xbox, PS2, maybe some GBA, but like the GameCube would just fade into existence. Kind of sad, to be real. And I remember there was one popular store doesn't exist anymore, and they did carry games, but like they had like one sort of end cap with GameCube games, and that's it. Just rest was PS2 and Xbox. So I think probably I end up getting a PS2 after this, cause yeah, I just gotten unrealistic, and I'm just like, yeah. Um, if I was smart, I probably would cut out all the dead air, but yeah, I'm not smart. Well, well, well. How about y'all? How old is the GameCube now? I think it's pretty old, right? Like it's at least like this is like technically sixth gen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it's fun to see like people sort of pick it up and be like, you know what, this was a cool system, even before its time, but just like held back by just weird bonkers ideas from Nintendo. Like imagine if this one actually could play DVDs, and imagine if it had used like normal storage, something similar to like the PS2 and Xbox. So like it wouldn't be held back by the storage. Which I mean, the ghost of that is haunting him by now. With still that the cartridges for Switch, like I mean, also the Switch is kind of just a tablet, so it's not a good example either, probably. But hey, you know how it is. You know how it is. That being that. But yeah, like it's kind of sad because you sort of watch a lot of this and sort of, oh, what could have been? Because like you play the Pokemon Colosseum, it got one sequel. One sequel, I mean, yeah, like the just was it Gale of Darkness, and it's obviously not radically different by any means. It's just like a let's say a refinement more than anything. But and of course at this point, right? I mean, like the Switch can run like fully 3D stuff anyway, so it's kind of moot, I guess, to sort of ask for. Oh, I really wish we had a big blockbuster 3D Pokemon game. It's like that's what the Switch is for now. So that's yeah. But that game was interesting because it would try different things. But yeah, you should probably. I mean, I was saying, hey, you should probably try Pokemon Colosseum. That game is fucking expensive these days. At least if you want to get it on like the secondary market. Is it on the eShop? I don't know. Haven't checked. Maybe there's some like. I do mean officially like ROMs and whatnot. That's not what I'm meaning. But that's gonna have to do it for today. My ramblings about the Nintendo GameCube. And also this was almost like, let's see, this was, let's see, NES. Yeah, this was, yeah. Nintendo had the course correct, so it is what it is. Unfortunate, but that's how it all ended up. Thank you for watching. If you did not, you will never hear this. Later, guys, and keep playing GameCube games because they're fun. Boop.